Welcome back. Okay, we're going to continue learning things about Bolivia and about human resources and about our friend Elizabeth. And we're going to continue learning things about Juan Solo, a professional comedian, about the world of comedy, specifically stand-up comedy, where you need to stand in front of 100 people and tell jokes. Tell jokes or tell funny stories, which is even more difficult than to tell jokes. And so that's a tough job. I think I would rather be an English teacher than a stand-up comedian. Ask me if I would rather be Ellie, ask me if I would rather be an English teacher or a stand-up comedian.
Will you rather be an English teacher or a stand-up comedian?
I would rather be an English teacher. Ask me if I would rather be an elephant or an eagle.
Would you rather be an elephant or an eagle?
Oh, an elephant. Yeah, for sure. Ellie asked Juan if he would rather be an elephant or an eagle.
Would you rather be an elephant or an eagle?
I'd rather be an elephant. No, an eagle.
An eagle.
Yeah.
Now, tell Ellie to ask me, what about you? Would you rather be an elephant or an eagle?
I don't know. Sometimes an elephant and sometimes an eagle.
Wow, that's not a good answer. Come on. You need to...
It's the best answer.
All right, well, tell her to ask me why I would rather be an elephant.
Ask him why he would rather be an elephant.
Why would you rather be an elephant?
Because an elephant has an easier life. An eagle spends all day looking for food. It's just constantly 16 or 10 hours a day flying, looking for food. And that's a boring thing. The elephants sometimes look for food and then spend time taking baths and doing things, okay? And elephants live in families, in groups. Eagles are very lonely, okay, type of existence, okay? You know? So I would rather be an elephant. And ask Juan if he would rather be a comedian or a multimillionaire.
Would you rather be a comedian or a multimillionaire?
Could it be both?
Sorry.
It's possible,
no?
No, no. I'd rather be a comedian.
A comedian.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's vocation.
It's vocation.
It's your calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, la llamada.
La llamada.
Okay, it's your calling. And ask him how many shows he is going to give next month.
How many shows are you going to give next month?
I'm not sure. Maybe 14.
14?
14, 15, yes.
Ask him if he has a manager.
Are you a manager?
No, ask him if he has a manager.
Do you have a manager?
Yes, myself.
Ask him if he has an agent.
Do you have an agent?
No, I
You
don't.
Okay. Ask him if it's difficult to get work.
Is it difficult to get work?
Not really.
Not really. Ask him if he is well known in the circuit.
Are you well known in the circuit?
Yes, I am.
Ask him if he usually performs in pubs.
Do you usually perform in pubs?
Yeah, most of the times.
Ah.
Yes. Yes, most of the times.
Most of the qué?
The times.
No.
No, most of the
Time. Sí, en español decís la mayoría de las veces,
Sí.
y en inglés la mayoría del tiempo.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Siempre, okay? Don't forget this. Most of the time in pubs. Ask him how many pubs there are in Spain that hire comedians.
How many pubs are there in Spain that hire comedians?
Contratan.
That hire comedians?
Now there must be more than 100.
More than one. That's not many. 100 only in Spain? Or 1,000?
Yeah, but not all of these pubs are prepared to have a show.
Okay, good. Ask him if he has a lot of competition.
Do you have a lot of competition?
Not really.
Not really.
Not really.
Ask him if more people want to become comedians now than before.
Do more people want to become comedians now than before?
Yes.
Oh, really? Ask him why that job is becoming more popular.
Why that job is?
Why is
that job becoming more popular?
Good. Why is that job becoming? Dilo mejor.
Why is that job becoming more popular?
Maybe because the effects of the comedy are spreading.
The effect of the comedy is spreading.
Spreading, ¿no? Se están extendiendo.
I understand, but I don't understand.
Yeah. You can see many comedians on TV now. You can see many comedians on pubs.
In pubs.
In pubs, in theaters.
All right.
So if it's easier for you to see a comedian acting. You have more probabilities to develop a will to become a comedian.
The will, la voluntad.
Yeah.
The desire.
I want to be like him. I
Very
want
good.
to do the same.
Ask him what he considers the most difficult aspect of being. Ask him what he considers the most difficult aspect of being a comedian.
What do you consider the most difficult aspect to being
Of being.
A comedian?
¿Qué?
Comedian.
Sin T al final.
Comedian.
Almost every night of your life, you are judged. Your
You're
job is judged.
Oh, mine is judged too.
Yeah.
Come on. Don't you think the people here,
Yes.
are you judging me? ¿Me estáis juzgando? Are you judging my performance, the quality of my English classes? Are you looking at my face and my clothes and judging me? They judge me.
Yeah,
They
but-
judge me too.
Yeah, but but you don't see them now.
But I know
You
they're
can feel
there.
them, yeah, but you don't see them. Sometimes you finish a show, and someone comes and says, "I don't like you." He leaves. I say, okay, thank you.
Ask him if that bothers him.
Does it bother you?
Está muy bien, pero he usado el pronombre demostrativo. Pregúntale si eso, no ello. Tú has dicho it, yo he dicho that. Ask him if that, el hecho de que un hombre se acerca a una persona and says, I don't like you. Ask him if that bothers him.
Does it bother you?
Porque it, you know that.
Does
that bother you?
Does
¿Te
that
molesta
bother
eso?
you?
Does that bother you? Repeat.
Does that bother you?
It does sometimes.
All right. Ask him if it happens every time.
Does it happen? Does
Happen.
it happen every time?
Happen.
Happen.
Va a venir al final, ¿no? Does it happen every time?
Does it happen every time?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Bingo.
Okay. Ask him if he usually feels good after a performance.
Do you usually feel good after a performance?
Yeah, after a performance and during the performance, I'm really enjoying it.
Okay, you're enjoying yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, ask him if he has ever had a terrible performance.
Have you ever had a terrible performance?
Yes.
All right. Ask him how many times. Three.
Three.
No hacía falta la pregunta. Three. Ask him if any of those performances have been recent. Have.
Have there any...
No. El sujeto es un sujeto frasal, se dice en inglés, varias palabras. Any of those performances es un sujeto. Now, ask him if any of those performances have been recent. Have
any of those performances been
recientes?
recent? Been
Recent?
recent?
Only one of them.
Ask him how long ago it happened.
How long ago did it happen?
Good, perdona, quiero oírte bien.
How long ago?
How long?
How long ago did it happen?
¿Did qué?
Did happen? Did
¿El
it,
qué? ¿Dónde está
did
el
it
sujeto?
happen?
Good. Ahora quiero oír el it. Repeat the question.
How long ago did it happen?
Happen.
Happen.
Good. Ahora, how long ago did it happen? Did it?
How long ago did it happen?
Ahora, eso suena como un buen inglés, ¿eh? How long ago did it happen?
It happened 8 months ago.
And ask him what happened.
What happened?
They wanted me to act,
To act.
to perform
Yeah.
in a cage.
Ask him who they is.
What is
Ha
it?
dicho querían. ¿Y quiénes son ellos? Ask him who. He said, what happened? And Juan said, they wanted me to perform in a jaula, in a cage. Ask him who they is.
Who are they?
Who is they?
Who is they?
Suena raro.
Yeah.
¿Quiénes ellos? Ha dicho ellos querían. ¿Quiénes ellos? ¿Quiénes son ellos? Claro. Who's they?
The owner
The owner?
of the venue, it wasn't a pub, a venue.
It was a nightclub or something.
Yeah, something
A bit strange.
Yeah, the owner of the venue and the guy who had hired me.
Hired.
me.
Okay, good. They wanted you, and did you do it?
I only did the first part of the show.
And ask him why he didn't do the second part.
Why you didn't do the second part? Why didn't you do the second part?
Because it was frustrating. Frustrating, yes.
Frustrating.
Frustrating.
Ask him if this class is frustrating for him.
Is this class frustrating for you?
No, it's not.
Ask him if he's suffering.
Are you suffering?
Not yet.
Not yet. Ask him if he would like to be in a cage.
Would you like to be in a cage?
Cage.
Cage.
Only if I'd be inside the ocean.
Only if I were.
Only if I were, yeah. Only if I were inside the ocean.
No, inside the ocean, impossible.
No, in the ocean.
Under what? In the ocean. In the ocean.
Under the water.
Yeah. For the
In
sharks.
front of sharks.
Ask him if he is afraid of sharks.
Are you afraid of sharks?
I'm terrified of sharks.
Ask him if he goes to the. Ask him if he swims in the ocean.
Do you swim on the ocean? In the ocean.
I can't.
He walks on the ocean, maybe, but he doesn't swim in the ocean.
I can't.
Ask him when the last time was he went to the beach
When was the last time you went to the beach?
and swam in the ocean.
Oof. Maybe 10 years ago.
Okay. Ask him what the probability is he will be killed by a shark.
What is the probability to be?
Okay. Ask him what the probability is that he will be killed by a shark.
What's the probability
That
you will be killed by a shark?
Yes. What's the probability that you will be killed by a shark?
That's exactly the question that victims ask themselves. Yeah.
What's the probability you will be killed in a traffic accident? Is it higher or lower than being killed by a shark?
It's higher.
Of course. Ask if he is terrified when he gets into his car.
Are you terrified when you get into your car?
No, I'm not.
Okay, then it's not logical. It's irrational.
I have very clear images.
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 And have you seen people killed in car accidents?
Yes.
Very clear images too, which probably are.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
I can well, you feel you can control that. Huh? The car, the road. It's not
It's
completely
much.
true.
It's 5,000 times more. Well, 5,000. No, a million times more dangerous to drive a car. The probability.
Yeah.
The same time. If you spend the same time on any beach that you spend in your car, you would need to live 20 lifetimes to finally have contact with a shark.
With a shark. Yes. But when you are swimming, you can see what's below the water.
You can or you cannot?
No, you cannot. You cannot see what's below the water.
No, what's underwater?
Under the water.
Underwater.
Underwater.
Yeah.
And
Under
that-
pressure.
I don't like that.
You don't like that, so
No.
it makes you feel.
And it's my father's fault.
Ask him why.
Why it's your father?
Why is it?
Why is it your father's fault?
When I was 7, he took me to the movies to see Jaws.
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 What's Jaws?
I don't know.
It's a very famous movie by Steven Spielberg. How do you say Jaws in Spanish?
Tiburón.
Ah,
Tiburón.
but Jaws, not shark?
Well, Jaws means mandíbulas.
Ah, okay.
The name of the movie, it was not
Yeah.
Tiburón. The name of the movie in English is Mandíbulas.
Oh,
All
I
right,
didn't
there's
know that.
mandíbulas. That's true. Okay. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Did you know that? That the movie in English, the movie Tiburón de Spielberg, the famous classic about sharks, the movie is in English is called Jaws. These are jaws, my jaws. Jaws are very strong. This is one of the strongest parts of your body. In fact, I think your jaw is stronger than your fist or your legs, etc. I remember one time I needed to use my jaws to open something. It was very effective. Okay, so your father took you to see Jaws.
Yes, when I was 7.
When you were 7.
And
Yeah,
I had one of the worst moments of my life.
all right. Watching that movie.
Yeah.
So you're
And I
still
was-
afraid?
I was like this in the seat. No,
See-
look now. Oh!
Wait, you're getting
Oh,
you're
sorry.
gonna be causing.
Sorry.
All right. So now you're still afraid of sharks.
Yes.
Are you afraid of Jaws?
No.
All
If I am at sea, at the sea,
Yeah.
I immediately start thinking about the fin, no?
The film is Jaws. Okay. Okay, good. All right. Ask me if I have seen that film.
Have you seen that film?
I've never seen it in the movie theater. Never.
Uh-huh.
I saw parts of it on television. Okay. And ask him if he saw Jaws 2.
Did you see Jaws 2?
¿A que sí?
Yes, I did. And
That's
just three
not your
too, huh?
and that's not
¿Cómo se
your
dice?
father's fault.
Perdona, ¿qué has dicho?
That was not your father's fault.
Good. All right. How do you say in English? Te lo estabas buscando.
You were looking for it.
No, you were asking for it.
Ah, you were asking for it.
Lo estabas pidiendo, se dice en inglés. Bueno, te lo buscabas. You were asking for it.
Yeah.
Why did you go back the second time?
Well, I saw it on TV, in the movies. But I wanted to check my courage.
Ask him how old he was when he saw Jaws 2.
How old were you when you saw Jaws 2?
No, maybe I was 20.
Oh, it was a long time later.
Yeah.
So you waited.
Yes, and I didn't like it.
You didn't like it. But ask him if Jaws is the scariest movie he has ever seen.
Is it just the...
No, it y Jaws together? No. Is Jaws?
Is just the most scary movie have you ever seen?
Okay. La pregunta es Jaws. Lo resto va en afirmativo. Is Jaws the scariest movie you have ever seen? Repeat, please.
It's just the
Scariest.
scariest movie you ever seen.
You have
You have ever seen.
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 Quiero oír la N al
You
final.
have ever seen.
Uy, es que tengo que trabajar contigo 1000 pequeños matices de pronunciación. Is Jaws the scariest, the funniest, the loneliest? Okay, the scariest.
It's just the scariest
Movie.
you have ever seen.
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 Es que realmente en inglés decimos seen, pero para extranjeros casi prefiero que digáis una al final. Seen.
Seen. Okay.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Ask him what movie is the scariest he has ever seen.
What movie is the scariest you have ever seen?
I think the top three are The Omen.
The Omen.
Yeah.
The Omen.
The Omen.
La Profecía, I think it's in English, in Spanish.
The Exorcist.
The Exorcist.
And The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Okay, I haven't seen that. Did you see Poltergeist?
Yes, I did.
Did you find it scary?
No, I found it, well, half scary, half funny.
Okay. All right, ask him how old he was when he saw Poltergeist.
How old were you when you saw Poltergeist?
I don't remember.
Ask him how old he was when he saw The Exorcist.
How old were you when you saw The Exorcist?
Siempre estás diciendo how old were you. Y la D la suprimes por completo. How old were you?
How old were you?
Bueno, escucha. How old were?
How old were?
Yes. Escucha. Okay, listen. You have it with me? All right. How old were you? How old were you? How old were you? La D de old se enlaza con la W-E-R de were. ¿Cuán viejo eras? Es lo como decimos en inglés, ¿cuántos años tenías? How old, o cuán mayor. How old were you? How old were? La D sí suena. How old, y luego alargamos la palabra old en la L, y luego la D, boom, entra con la W. Como aquí, por ejemplo, se dice Rodríguez. La D se enlaza con la R. Rodríguez. Me costó a mí decir Rodríguez porque yo siempre decía Rodríguez. Iba con lo primero, Rodríguez. Y al final alguien me dijo, no, Richard, Rodríguez. Oh, Rodríguez. And this, ¿cuántos años tienes o tenías? How old are you es ¿cuántos años tienes? Presente. How old are? Darth Vader. How old are? Okay. How old are? Or Poldark, for people who remember. How old are you? How old are you? La des manda en toda esta frase. How old are you? Y en el pasado, how old were you? Dwayne. How old were you? Okay, ask him how old he was when he saw The Exorcist.
How old were you when you saw The Exorcist?
I think it was 15, 16.
Okay, and it made a strong impression.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
It made a strong impression. It made a strong impression on many, many people. Ask Ellie if she has ever seen it.
Have you ever seen The Exorcist?
Yes, I have.
Okay, ask me if I've seen it.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I have. ¿Cómo dirías en inglés? ¿Te impresionó?
Did it make you a great impression?
¿Por qué make you?
I don't know. What did
Okay.
it-
Ella me causó una buena impresión. She made a good impression on me.
On me.
Siempre es así. She made a good impression on me. Ask me if it made a strong impression on me.
Did it make a strong?
Did it qué?
Did it make? Sorry. Did it make a strong impression on you?
No, it didn't.
No.
I saw it on TV, and I knew it was supposed to be very, very scary, you know. And I saw it about 10 years after it was made.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I was ready. And so I said, it's not that bad. How do you say, no es para tanto?
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Okay. And ask me if I read the book.
Did you read the book?
No, I didn't. I didn't read the book. Now, did it make a strong impression on you? Yes. No, it didn't make a strong impression on me. Poltergeist made a stronger impression on me. Really? I don't know why. But did it impress you? Aquí en español puedes decir, te impresionó.
Mhm.
En inglés sí se puede decir, pero eso significa bueno siempre. Algo que te impresionó. Wow, fantástico, me impresionó. Me quedé impresionado de lo bueno que lo han hecho. Ahora, algo que te impresiona, algo malo. Vi el accidente y me impresionó. I saw the accident and it made a strong impression on me. Okay? Ask me if Ellie made a strong impression on me when I met her.
Did Ellie make a strong impression on you when you met her?
No, she made a normal impression, a good impression. But to make a strong impression means alto impacto. Okay, fine. All right, so now ask Juan if ask Juan how far ahead he books his performances.
How far ahead do you book your performances?
Sometimes 4 months,
4 months?
sometimes 4 days.
Okay, ask him if it requires a lot of work.
Does it require a lot of work?
Otra vez.
Does it require...
¿Por qué la S?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. Does it require a lot of work?
Do you mean to
find work.
to find work? No, not really.
Okay, ask him how much time he spends every week programming his future performances.
How much time do you spend every week programming your future performances?
Performances. Plural, no?
You don't really do anything. They call you.
They call you. Ask him if he is relatively famous among the pubs.
Are you relatively famous among the pubs?
Yeah, I think so. So I don't have to ask for a job or for a show. They call me.
They call you. Ask him if he usually says yes when they call him.
Do you usually say yes when they call you?
If I'm free, yes. Well, depending on the places.
Ask him if they pay well.
Do they pay well?
Well, they pay.
All right. Ask him if they pay him for the transport.
Do they pay you for the transport?
Yes, they usually do that.
Ask him if they pay him for the hotel.
Do they pay you for the hotel?
Yeah, always.
All right. And ask him how many people he usually has in the audience.
How many people do you usually have in the audience?
Audience.
Audience.
All right.
Poof, from 4.
Poof is not English.
Okay.
Let's see. Wow.
Wow. From 4, which is the worst record. 4. The same day Madrid was estaba jugando, no?
Was playing. Real Madrid.
Was playing Real Madrid was playing the
European Cup.
the second to the last league
Game. The next to last.
Next to last.
Last year.
Yes.
In Zaragoza.
Yeah.
Okay.
So nobody was there.
Nobody was there.
4 people.
4 people.
To 1,400.
1,400.
1,400.
Great.
Okay, good.
Yeah, in a theater.
All right. Okay. We have to stop now. I'll be back in a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Ellie and Juan, maybe. We'll see. Okay? So, don't go too far away. Stay close to the TV.